Genesis is back, and like I said, we were going to do the wheel bearing on this vehicle at some point in time, and today is that time. So the wheel bearing is not bad. It's going out in the process of being on its way to getting worse. So we're just going to go ahead and get that taken care of, so she can ride around, not have that noise, and ride in peace. So. But it's not, like I said, it's not that bad. Once you start driving after about 30-40 miles an hour, and the noise starts to occur, and as you slightly turn left, it really starts to resonate on the driver's side. So, I mean, at slow speeds, it's not that bad, but as progressing speed, it gets worse. So we're going to start off getting the wheel off. Very obvious. I'm doing front brakes and rotors and just rear brake pads on here because they're low. And so I'm taking care of two things on the front: the wheel noise from the wheel bearing and the shaking that occurs when stopping. So we put new brakes, new rotors in the front, and a new wheel bearing on this side, and doing back brakes also. So get the wheel off. All right. I do have a video doing brakes on another Genesis, but I mean, this is pretty much going to be cut and dry. Take these little tabs, these little clips out here, push down, slide this joker out, same for the other side. Make a nice little neat little pile there. Use two flat heads to depress pistons. Once I get this side taken care of, I'll just something in there to hold it in place. Do the same for the other side. Slow and steady wins the race. I'm not gonna try to rush it because I do have a small flathead. I don't want to damage it. Cool. Out. We're gonna work on getting the rotor off. We're gonna take off the caliper, which is a part of the caliper mounting bracket. So we'll get in the back. It's a 10mm to take off. Up. Screw retaining. If I can find it, retaining the brake line. I'll find it once I get this all the way off. my fault I didn't lock the rotor in place when taking these screws off here. So I got a quarter wrench sitting inside one of the fins, and hopefully it worked out fine. So yeah, that worked out. Oh yeah, that was. Let's get the screws for the wheel hub out, and of course disconnect the ABS sensor first, and then get the screws for the wheel hub, and we can get the hub assembly off. I'm not sure how much I got, but here's the ABS sensor, and like we just simply squeeze the tab in and pull it out. Leave that right there just in case. Just take these 4 bolts off, which should just be a regular old 17. I'm gonna try to remove this dust shield here. Seems like it's a little difficult to get off. Seems like it's a little difficult to get a corner to pry. So I'll take off this dust shield, and oh gosh, I was holding my caliper. Nice. Alright, finally got it out. It was seized up in there pretty well. What was happening, I just hit it with some penetrating oil as I got it out a little bit, knock it back in there, and hit it back out. So, I mean, we got the penetrating oil in there pretty good. I just used some Freol. So, I'm going to clean this out real good, and I hit it with some brake cleaner. This is probably why it wouldn't be a great idea to use a chisel, because this is aluminum. It's a soft metal here, and I kind of chipped a little bit there, but it's not going to hurt anything. I just should have, in hindsight, used the method the second time, which was get it out a little bit, hit it with penetrating oil, let it soak, knock it in there, and try to knock it back out so it'll get the oil in there a little further. So other than that, I mean, the second method worked. In the future, if I have any issues, I'll just have to use the oil instead of a chisel or a flathead or something. So, but I'll get that cleaned up and get the other one in there. got a new precision bearing here, so that's what's going on here. Get this shield lined back up. I'm gonna have to hit the corners. Go ahead and knock this on here. Oh, it's accessible. Just to hold in place. That went in there a lot better. Head. Metal. I'm gonna let the bolts do all the work as far as running it on. I'll just go in the cross pattern. I do have some mild Loctite here. I'll just put on the ends here. Put a lot on there, and I'll just put that in there and tighten up in the cross pattern. Cool. So it's ran on, like I said, I was just using a cross section on the opposite end. So it's on there now, it's flush, and now I'll just run the other ones on and tighten it up. Alright, got everything put back together, so we just pretty much just went over how to remove all this stuff. So you just basically need a nice hammer to knock this wheel bearing off and some penetrating oil if you ever had those same issues. Just a 21mm remove the wheel. Some needle nose pliers, remove these clips here. Flat heads, 2 flat heads to pry in or depress the pistons for the caliper. 17 in the back to remove the caliper mounting bracket or the caliper itself. A Phillips head to remove the rotor, and a 17 in the back and a 10mm to remove the bracket retaining either the dust shield and the retainer here for the brake line, and the 17 is going to be used to break loose the hub assembly for the bolts in the back, and of course you remove the connector in the back. So it's pretty simple. But other than that, this car should run a lot better without any noises. The labor time for this is supposed to be an hour and a half. So I was able to get this done a lot sooner. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get the video of putting this on. I had a phone call. But as long as we got the main stuff of what it looks like removing it, I think everybody should be fine. But hey, subscribe to the channel, stay informed, have that reassurance on my work, and I'll see you on the next one.